Hey, what's up, Fan Bam? This is Johnny Castle again from Dallas, Texas, and you are watching As Said by Me. Enjoy.
Yes, sir. Yo. It's all in the law of attractions, man. You want positivity, you speak it. Negativity will come if you let it. Yeah. It's dwelling in the rotten apple, you get shackled. The core in the devil's lasso. Yeah.
So I got to the house, I showered up and I got all ready, and then I walked to the bus to see if I had a ticket or not. So I ended up having a plane ticket to go home. And I remember prior walking up the bus after showering and packing up all my stuff in my room. I remember getting all these emotions that I would get like prior to being on other teams and knowing like when cuts are coming to see if you made the team or not. And I remember feeling all this anxiety and like this rushed my body, just like adrenaline, and I don't know what else you would call it. And I remember those emotions from the prior times. And I remember walking up after getting like a lunch they had on the side, and seeing the guy flip through the tickets, the paper, to see if my name was there. And then I saw, I had my name written on one of the tickets, and I was like, okay, I'm going home. And I remember being so at peace with that, unlike any other thing that I've been through with this whole football journey these past really 3-4 years in professional football. I knew that when I went to this camp, I gave every single thing in my body when I did this camp. I worked my butt off. I did everything that I could, mentally, physically, and spiritually. It's always hard to thrive in these kind of places because you're focused on one thing. It's about beating the next man. And you can do that out of love and all that stuff, but it's hard to do it spiritually in this profession or realm or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I grabbed my ticket and I got on the bus, and the bus ride was like an hour away to get to Tampa Bay Airport. And I remember like sitting on the bus, feeling different than I've ever felt before, in my entire professional football career. One of the hardest things to do with this kind of situation is to not make rash decisions really fast based on how I'm feeling, whether I'm happy or I'm mad or I'm sad or whatever. Like making rash decisions is really easy when you're going through a hard time in your life. And I knew at that time I couldn't do that like I've done before in the past, and I had to sit and talk to Charlotte about what was next for our family, what do I do now, where's my heart at, and all those different things. And what a lot of people don't realize is that this is something that I've been doing since I was 10 years old. And all the emotions that I've had from 10 years old about loving the game and everything that the game has to offer for me as a man, as a person, as a friend, as a husband, as a father, all those things, football has molded me into that. From all the things that it has taught me, just like anything in your life, there are certain things that you do in your life that mold you to who you are. And for me, football is that. Football is that. And I don't know. Yeah, so, I didn't want to make any rash decisions. I knew I had to talk to Charlotte and my family and kind of see where we were at and what we were going to do next. Now that, I didn't make the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, they released my rights, which means that other Canadian teams can pick me up and I can go to camps for another Canadian team. And that's sitting and waiting to see for another opportunity. And also with the NFL can still be a thing. The draft just ended, and this is where teams call and pick up guys like me in my situation, guys who are hurt and are looking for another opportunity. This is that time that teams do that. So the window's still open, and it's just crazy to think about. And I don't know, like my heart's just in a really good place with this because, you know, we prayed on this. I've been working hard, and I just really know where my heart's at with this whole thing.
How's it going?
Uh-huh.
How's it going?
Well, it's going good. You want to come talk?
Sure.
Huh?
Sure.
Let me get you a chair.
Yeah. I mean, you know how I feel. You know, I always especially don't want you to make a rash decision about football because football is such a short window. The ability to play football, you only have a little bit of time, and like for me personally, I want you to walk through every open door that there is and see where that leads us, just because it's not something like you can say, okay, I'll take a break and then come back to in a year or even in a couple of months. Like, the NFL is not for long.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just always want you to like really think through the decision.
So where's your heart at, like,
Well,
with me
obviously,
playing football and all that stuff?
obviously I'm behind you. Like, you kind of have to tell me where you're at because, like, I'm not the one that has to go to Canada or go to another state and live there and play and whatever. And like, obviously, like, if you're in Canada, we can't go because of my job. Like, I have to be in the US to do my job, and that's like a big decision. So ultimately I'm behind you. Like, I just want you to be confident in whatever decision you make and go confidently in that direction and be at peace and not like look back.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's exactly how I felt going to this camp. Like, when we discussed, you know, I'm going here because, you know, it was another door that, you know, God opened up for me to pursue the game that I've been playing for so long. And I went in with an open heart, the right attitude. All the work has been done these past 8 months, really, since I got injured. You know, I just got over, you know, doing all the things that, you know, it takes to get back after, you know, coming back from an injury, like breaking the mental barrier and having the confidence to run again without being afraid that I'm gonna pull my hamstring and be out for another whole year. Getting back, you know, to running fast and being strong and all that stuff. I did all the work to do that to get me to this point. And that's why now I did everything I can to prepare for this moment. And now we're here. It's just me, you know, thinking and praying, thinking about, you know, where I want to leave my family next. And, you know, like I say all the time, I've worked so long, all my life for this game. And, yeah, I just know that my heart's in a really good place with everything, and
Just like a really big decision.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what he's been doing forever. It's like even hard for me to process because the minute I met Cedric, football became a big part of my life and now our life. And like, imagining life without football can be kind of like, not scary, but it's just so unknown because it's been a huge factor in our life the entire time I've known you and way before me.
Yeah.
So it's just like taking time to really pray on it, process, work through like the different thoughts and emotions.
And it's crazy. Everything that I do based on my life is because of football. The way I make decisions, my temperament, the way that I talk to people, all that is because of football itself. So to see football out of my life is crazy to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to think about. Just like with anything that anybody makes. Like, if you've done something all your life, I said this earlier, and that thing can be gone, and you have to make that decision for that thing to be gone or walk away or whatever. You know, that takes a leap of faith. And I'm not saying, I don't know what I'm saying, but all I know is that my heart's in a good place, her heart's in a good place, and I have some
like
praying stuff to do.
I feel like we're both really at peace, like either way.
Yeah. So you ready to go? If you want to see something funny,
no,
I'm not gonna talk about
Cedric.
that. We were trying.
You can't even put it on your story. And now
We
it's
were
on
trying
my
to do the
story.
floss dance, and it was the funniest thing.
I think I'm better than him personally. Okay.
No, buddy.
Yes, come on.
Can you touch this? Dun, 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 dun. My turn. Dun, dun, dun.
Cedric, get your arms right. You're not doing your arms right.
Dun, 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 dun. Can
Now
you
you
touch
do it.
this? Dun, 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 dun,
What are you doing? No, try for real. Seriously.
Alright, I am.
Slow down and do it for real. What are you doing?
Can you touch this? Dun, dun,
What are you doing with your arms?